This is the home of local talent. It's my job every weekday evening from 7 to bring you some brilliant local talent and showcase it for you. From podcasts to poetry to music to podcasts and bloggers and vloggers and all sorts. It's loads of different stuff that gets sent into us on the uploader, and it's where you can send us what you are making as well. I'll tell you a bit more about how you can get your stuff to us after you've heard this from Amy Williams. She is from South Gloucestershire. And this is a poem that's taken from her poetry series called Poems from a Lighthouse. She's been writing this throughout the pandemic. And this one is written by Amy and her 11-year-old daughter. It's a reflection on the pandemic while holding on to the Christian faith that they have. It's read by Amy and by her 11-year-old daughter and by Amy's mum as well. Take a listen to this and open your mind to it. It's great. Poem by Amy Williams, and it's called Another New Beginning.
Once upon a time, around the spring of 2020, a little girl approached her mum. Her heart was sad and heavy. A virus had attacked the earth and caught it unawares. It came with little warning, gave no chance to get prepared. The little girl was worried and her mind was full of fear. She had one pressing question that she needed Mum to hear.
Mummy, things are just so hard. When will this virus stop? I know that God could end it, so please tell me why He's not.
Her voice was full of innocence. Her face was stained with tears. Her mummy wished she had a gift to take her daughter's fears. She embraced her oh so tightly, full of love and full of care, and she softly said,
"My darling, we can talk to God in prayer."
And then and there they sat and talked, and tears filled up their eyes. The girl had just one question, and that question, it was why. Her heart so keen to understand, and ears to listen to. Her mummy said,
"I'm here, and I of course will answer you. In fact, what you are seeking we can find within one book. So with my help to guide you, let's together take a look. You'll see God made this very world, created sea and land, but the evil that evolved here wasn't in His perfect plan. Though He didn't make us robots and instead gave us free will, and He said that if we needed Him, He'd always be there still. There are many round the world, though, who deny His very name, yet when trouble comes, disaster strikes, then He's the one they blame. And many choose to shut Him out, they don't want Him around. But when war and illness come, they'll say, 'So Lord, where are you now?'" You'll read within the Bible, there were times like we now see where He left mankind for just so long, then had to intervene. I know you've heard of Noah and the big almighty flood. People questioned then how He could be a God of love. But the world had got so wicked, there was murder, violent sin, and He knew it would continue if He didn't intervene. So He also knows the pain of grief, the emptiness of sorrow, but He knew He had to give the world a fresh and new tomorrow. Later on you'll read, the world did not stay perfect long. Wickedness came once again and people doing wrong. And so the plagues were sent to earth to end the slavery. He wanted all the people to be safe and to be free. I bet there were so many times He looked to earth and cried, and eventually He sent His one and only Son to die. So He too knows pain and heartache, He knows sadness, hurt and fear. But through every trial you face, my child, just know that He is here.
But that was all so long ago, and this is here now. Why would He let this virus come? Please tell me, Mummy, how?
I'll go back to your question, as I know you asked me why. It's not an easy answer, but to ease your pain, I'll try. Once again the world was in a dark and dangerous place. Everything was moving in a fast and furious pace. I'll tell you what I saw before this virus came around. There was far more death and ruin than we're seeing even now. There was evil, there was hatred, there was lust and there was greed. It was clear the world was hurting and it needed to be freed. The seas were filled with rubbish and the air was full of fumes. Poor starved with hunger whilst the richer wasted food. Many were unhappy and they always strived for more. They forgot the sick, the needy and the vulnerable next door. Lives became so busy, people rushing here and there. No time to sit and listen and no time to show they cared. The world was all technology, a click, a swipe, a tweet. Families would fail to find the time to simply speak. Few enjoyed the nature that surrounded them each day, as computers, phones and laptops were the things most people played. People took for granted all the blessings in their lives, like the care that can be shared between a husband and a wife, and the wonder of a newborn, and the smile of a child, and the sense of real adventure that was waiting just outside, compassion of a neighbour and the value of a friend, the joys of time with family, having picnics, making dens. And people got so busy, little rest or true self-care. God knew their inner struggles, He hears every single prayer. But now the world can breathe again, nature is all thriving, love and care is everywhere, and stars are brightly shining. The airs are clear, the rivers clean, pollution has declined. People help each other just by simply being kind. Lots are going out for a walk, enjoying what's around. Families reconnect again, they have the time to now. Now I know this time is hard for you, I know you're scared and stressed, but I want you to realise you're also truly blessed. Lockdown is so difficult, I don't deny that fact, but we're also making memories to love when we look back.
But Mum, there's people dying and so many are in pain. I worry I will never see my friends at school again.
I know there are poorly people and I know that some will die. It's okay to feel uncertain. It's okay to weep and cry. The world is somewhat broken, but a new world's yet to come where there be no death or sorrow and no pain for anyone. But until that day, there will be times when things feel really hard, though I'm always right beside you and I'll hold you in my arms. My hope is that the love and care that people daily show will remain there after COVID and continue still to grow. And the many who are helping fight the battle every day will be thanked for all their bravery in many different ways. We'll soon emerge from lockdown and we'll have the chance to choose what we want to keep as normal and then what we want to lose. It's time to all start over, but it's good to now reflect on the time that we have lived through, as we never will forget.
So one day this will be over. I understand that's true. And until that day, I pray the Lord will always help us through.
I don't know what made this virus or why it instigated war. And although it has some power, I assure you God has more. And when we all emerge from lockdown, it will be a special time and another new beginning for the whole of all mankind.
Beautiful, isn't it? What a wonderful, wonderful poem, and beautifully read by Amy Williams, her 11-year-old daughter, and her mum as well. Find out more about Amy and some of her writings on her website, amywilliams.co.uk. Amy is spelled AIMEE, amywilliams.co.uk. That is taken from her collection, Poems from a Lighthouse, which she wrote and created and put together all through the pandemic, and it's just wonderful, some of the poems that she sent into us through the uploader. And listen, it's just so great to feature Amy's stuff here on the BBC. I know she's got plenty more planned over the next couple of weeks and months, but listen, if you are a poet like Amy and you've got some poems that you've written, whether it be about life through the pandemic or whether it be about the way that you are living your life a bit differently now, or maybe it's completely unrelated, maybe it's just about you and something that you've been through, or maybe it can be about an object. Whatever it is that you write about, record it. Open up the voice notes app of your smartphone, hit record, and then once you've recorded it, head to our website, bbc.co.uk/upload, bbc.co.uk/upload, and click on Bristol. Send us what you're making and we could be playing your poetry right here on the BBC, just like we've done with Amy's stuff there. And it's wonderful, isn't it? It's really, really nice. Well done, Amy. Thanks for sending that in. And thanks to your family for getting involved with that recording as well. It's really nice. Find out more on her website, like I said, amywilliams.co.uk.